Legacy?
Legacy?
What's up, UH Nation? Kevin Minnick here.
I'm Billy Hilliard.
And we're here to talk to you about Week 4. Had a few good games that went down, and we'll just kick it off with Flower Mound.
Sounds good.
So we started off with Bangin 3's Ayo Adedepe's new team versus Natty Light, a veteran team. Natty Light was missing a couple, big names. They had Enyi Duka and Mike Williams weren't there, and Kevin Freeman tore his ACL. I think it's ACL or MCL.
Yeah.
One of the two. So
either way, not good.
Not good at all. He's going to be out for, I think he said 6 months. Going to have to go through surgery. So that was their point guard. So last week or
Do we still
Wednesday.
get a $69?
Let's not bring that up.
Okay.
I'll tell him not to watch this video. I'll just wait on a doctor's note.
There we go.
I think that's what the registration form
it's a
says.
Doctor's note all the way.
Okay, so they're missing Kevin there. So as far as the point guard goes, Ethan was taking the ball down the court, which he did a decent job at, but he's more of a power forward. So to elaborate on this game a little more, we're going to cut to Ayo Adedepe, team captain for Bangin 3's. What's up, UH Nation? We got Ayo Adedepe here, team manager and captain for the new and improved Bangin 3's. Ayo, break down your team for me. Who'd you add? Who are the big adds? What's bringing you together, enhancing your team from last season?
The big change is we brought in some good shooters. Last year we struggled in shooting the three. With the addition of Ruben, Nick, those guys can knock down some threes. They just knocked down a three as I just spoke right now. We out here balling. But, Big Ant coming in too, giving me some rest, giving me some fresh legs, and just everybody coming together as a team, having fresh legs. Last year we didn't have fresh legs in the fourth quarter, so, we can hang with other big dogs now. So that's the most improvement, just getting more better substitutes.
Now, in the past, you said Flomo Saints are your only competition. What about Jordan's Disciples with the addition of Alex Baird?
They look solid. It's going to be a good matchup. I still feel like we're going to come out on top. I like to say that we did have a good game last week. We will make some adjustments, and we will come back and beat Flomo Saints in Week 8.
I look forward to it.
Guaranteed.
Thank you, sir.
No problem.
What's up, UH Nation? We're back. So next game is the Flomo Saints versus the Purple Cobras. Not much to talk about here. That game was horrible defense and just having fun on offense, and the score says that all. It was 116, the Flomo Saints, and the Purple Cobras had 101. And actually, I had an all-time high, 39 points.
Very nice.
Yeah. It was a good game.
That bring your value up a little bit?
I think it will. I think that was one of those games where we're just, trying to increase that PPV. I've seen those a few times on the court. So
very nice.
Yeah, no, it was a lot of fun. But yeah, we had two really good games. Flower Mound last week for Week 4. We'll move on to Dallas Athletic. Kicking the night off, we had Suroc Bottles versus Deep Threat. Now, these are two new teams that came out, and when you have two new teams, when they are pinned up against each other, it's their chance to really, improve and get that win in. And I thought we had a bit of a upset. I thought Suroc Bottles, because Suroc Bottles branched off from Deep Threat.
Right.
And I don't know.
That was a free agent team?
Yeah. Deep Threat was the free agent team. Suroc Bottles branched off from Deep Threat. Now, Suroc Bottles, I don't know, maybe a few of them thought that Deep Threat wasn't going to be good enough and they wanted to create their own team. But I think Deep Threat saw that coming, so they added a couple people on top of their original roster and actually came out on top 72-65.
Very nice. How did Connor feel about that?
Connor actually shot well that game. Yeah, he did, but it's losing is never fun.
Right.
He didn't lose his temper. I've had to kick him out a couple times. Good kid, but he can kind of be a hothead sometimes.
Right. Definitely the spirit of the league there coming through. You don't like your team, branch off, form your new team. Your old team picks up players to beat you. That's what happens. That's how it goes sometimes.
We were actually supposed to have Bashir Yamini here today. He was going to come out, but he couldn't make it. He branched off with Connor and lost that game. So Bashir, we want to see you next week. We want to hear what you're going to do to advance your team in the league. Next, we'll move on to the Dirkaholics versus my team, Left 4 Dead. Now, Dirkaholics have been kind of struggling lately. They just lost D. Jones, one of their star players, a great shooter and can finish down low, I believe to a broken hand. I'm not positive on that. But game, we finished 74-59. Left 4 Dead, they did their thing. Brian Wall stepped up that game, hit a bunch of threes, and was really taking it to the hoop and put up some big numbers. So Dirkaholics versus Left 4 Dead. Left 4 Dead wins 74-59. Now, I would say game of the night. Glass House Shooters.
Easily.
Versus Massive Jammers.
Awesome finish.
Massive Jammers wanted to win, but but the Glass House Shooters were, like I said, from I think week 1, 2, and 3, I talk about them. They're out to win the championship, and the game versus the Massive Jammers really said a lot. They were down by 3 with seconds left, and Stan hits a sideways lean-in three-pointer to tie the game.
It was total Kevin Durant moment. Stan has 2 guys trailing on him. He just pulls up, nothing but net.
Yeah.
It was an amazing shot.
It was a bit ridiculous there, and they really pulled off a great win, 74-67. Now, big controversy in this game, and Massive Jammers kind of left a bit aggravated, to say the least. It was said that Cecil Hood jabbed star player, team captain Ryan Z in the neck. And is it retaliation? Was he trying to push off, and it was an accident?
Did we get that on? Did we get that on camera?
We'll see. We'll see here.
I was standing down on that side. It looked like Cecil gave him a little bit of a forearm, but nothing more.
I think he went for the chest, and it may have slid up and hit him in the neck.
Yeah,
I'm sure it did.
I definitely don't think Cecil's meant any malice by it.
No,
at all.
Cecil's a great guy. I think he just got aggravated.
Yeah, it was a close game. That's what happens.
Yeah.
Blood starts, getting
Massive Jammers. They can kind of play a little dirty. They play rough. They play a little crazy.
Yeah.
You got Kyle Peterson,
football player, typical football player, basketball player. Yeah.
Kyle, we call him the Beast. Great player, but he'll jump on top of people to get a rebound, which can be a bit crazy. There's a lot of arm shoving, pushing off.
A lot of arm
It went
checks,
both
hand
ways.
checks.
The thing is, the Glass House Shooters kind of retaliated. I don't know. Massive Jammers last season ended on the note that there wasn't enough competition in the league. This season there is competition in the league, and
I think
they're not used to it, in my opinion.
I think that's a great segue to the last game at DAC of the night. My team, the Monstars, versus Metroplex One Hit Wonders.
Well, before we jump into that, we want to jump to an interview with James Ramsey and Cecil, and we'll get Cecil Hood's take on the game.
All right, Ultimate Hoops lovers. We're here with Cecil Hood, star of Glass House Shooters. They had the marquee matchup of the night between Massive Jammers and Glass Shooters. Cecil, tell us about the game. I mean, y'all were out there battling like gladiators at one point, and quickly it turned into a high-pitched yelling game before the second half started.
It was a good game. It's the most competitive game we played this season, I think. It was a fight from the start. We got up by 9 and kind of hung around 9 points, couldn't break through, and they ended up coming back. And it was a fight, went into overtime. Stan hit a big shot to send us to overtime. So just glad we pulled that one off, man. It was close.
Definitely. Now, Massive Jammers has always been pretty much the top-ranked team for the last, 3 or 4 seasons or so, pretty much. Who on that team, I guess it's not right to say fear, but who do you worry about the most that you had to play against tonight?
They got a couple good players. They got a couple good shooters, but the left-hand guy, Ryan, I mean, he's really aggressive, really physical.
Easy money?
Oh, man, yeah. He really gives me trouble every time I play against him with his physicality, but other than that, they're a good overall team. They play good together, so.
Now, outside of this game here, which I'm sure you had scheduled on your calendar, what other team are you looking forward to playing with the same physicality, possibly same athleticism?
I'm not sure. I haven't looked at the rosters, but I heard Billy has a good team that he just put in the league. So looking forward to playing them. I don't know the name of their team yet, but I think they got a good team. That should be a good game.
All right, definitely. Well, thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for joining us here at Ultimate Hoops. Here with Cecil Hood. Take it easy, man. Hey, and congratulations on the win, baby.
Thanks, bro. So, all right, thanks a lot, James, for that interview with Cecil. I'm going to commandeer the last game here at DAC from Tuesday. It would be my team from Plano. James likes to call it the Plano All-Stars. We did name our team the Monstars from the movie Space Jam, of course, playing the Metroplex One Hit Wonders. We actually added this team just this week, and the reason being, every time I was down at DAC, I'd always ask some of the guys that only play at DAC, hey, when are you going to put a team in at Plano? When are you going to come try out the Plano League? And it was always the same answer, not enough competition at Plano.
I think James started to build it up, is what he said. James Ramsey, he'd get in there and say, there's competition there. You guys might get beat. I think that helped. Yeah. So we finally built that up.
So what I did is I figured, hey, why not bring the competition to Dallas Athletic from Plano? I think we came in with a bang. Took out the Metroplex One Hit Wonders pretty handily. What was about 24 or so points, 24, 25. Led by Mike Malat, great shooter, true shooter. It's a rare for him to miss at all.
11 for 19 from the 3-point line.
Yeah, he's pretty solid. And he makes it look so easy.
Is he playing for the Texas Legends right now?
Yeah, so it just he makes it look really easy. Martin Salinas, same thing, just such a fluid shot. We have some great additions to this team. Creston Martin, Duran Cherry, you can't say enough about that guy. Just a really solid team, so we'll see how we match up to the Glass House Shooters. I think that'll probably be the team that gives us the most problems. But
not Left for Dead.
Other than that, I think everybody else is going to have some matchup problems with us. It's going to be tough to match up with all the.
I got size. I don't know.
Size, speed.
We have to take care of your 3-point shooting, which is something the Metroplex did not do. I think Mike hit like 7 3-pointers before they never really put someone on him.
Yep.
After 2 or 3, I would have had one person stick to him like glue. Whoever our best defender is, whoever has the most energy.
It's gonna be an interesting end to the season at DAC. I really can't wait.
Yeah.
More on what Mike has to say from the game. We're going to cut back over to James. James, take it away.
All right. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another segment of Ultimate Hoops interviews. We have Mike here, one of our favorites, also, and one of our other locations. He is a ref. So, we rarely get a chance to see him on the other side of the whistle. Now, Mike, we know you got picked up on Billy's new all-star team from Plano, the Monstars.
Yes.
And you played one of our top competitors here in this league over here at 75 and Mockingbird, the One Hit Wonders. How did it feel to be playing?
There's great hospitality down here. In Plano, I'm making all the calls, but see out here, I get to yell at the refs.
It comes every once in a while.
I had fun. I mean, this is a nice club. The rims are nice 3-point line. We had a good time.
But be honest on the size of the court. I know you didn't break much of a sweat until second half. Was that perhaps because it was a little bit smaller?
We were warming up, and yes, it's a little smaller. Right. We don't even have an NBA line. That's okay though. That's okay.
Well, Mike, I didn't actually calculate how many points you exactly had, but a plethora of 3-pointers made in shot. At least like anywhere from 8 to 11, I know for sure. You know what I'm saying? What do you think of the competition here? Being that this is your first week actually playing, what do you think of the competition? The game that you sat down for before this and then this?
It's good down here. I mean, we're closer to the city, I guess. I don't know. We had fun. We won.
Okay, that's cool. But and one last question. So, what do you think? Which league would you say you would have more fun playing in? The Plano League that you ref in, or this league right here?
We're talking trash now, right?
No, I'm just asking. Which league would you have more fun in? I mean, from the looks of things.
I get to play here. I have to ref in Plano, so.
All right. Fair enough. He's gonna dodge it. So, there you have it. Interview with Mike, and until next time, people. Stay tuned for Ultimate Hoops interviews.
All right, James, thanks for another great interview there. That one with Mike Malat. Next, we're going to bring on our guest for the day, team member of the Plano edition of Purple Cobras. I call him the British Sniper, Daniel Lanny.
Welcome.
Thank you for having me.
Daniel made the long trip up from his office, so we appreciate you coming up for us, sir.
Yeah, no problem, definitely.
So, what do you think so far? 4 weeks through the league. What are some of the things you're noticing about some of the different teams, about your team, competition? What is your general take of Plano so far?
So far, it's been this current season has been bar none probably the best season that I've experienced. I mean, this is my second season. Last season, I was on obviously your team. You guys graciously traded me. This season, obviously, the competition has got better. Obviously, multiple courts going at the same time, so the environment's 10 times better as well. Competition definitely has hands down improved. It's definitely showing us how we have to improve as well.
So speaking of, what do you see with the Purple Cobras? What do you need? What do you guys need to really make that next step into the pack? Make your way into the teeth of the competition here.
Probably some cardio training. Probably hands down, probably the best thing there. We definitely have some solid players who can rebound and obviously go down the court with the ball, and as well as shooting as well. But definitely when we get tired, that's when we break down. Transition is terrible, but probably just some decent cardio drills would probably do us some solid. But other than that, there's maybe 1 or 2 additions that we may need to add.
So a little bit of a backstory on Daniel's team, the Purple Cobras. It's an all-personal trainer team, plus Daniel, who is our assistant sales manager in Plano. Typically in the past, I would say personal training teams are usually no-show, big time. This team, not so much. They have a good group of guys. They're really committed to it, and they actually gave my team a lot of trouble last night. Very helter-skelter play, very fast, very athletic, and those are the teams you got to watch out for because they're always at places you don't expect them to be. They're not at typical basketball spots on the floor, so it's very very surprising to see how they move around, and I really enjoyed it, honestly. Yeah. So I like watching your team play. A lot of athletes on there. What are you thinking for? Are you looking ahead for next season? Any additions you're thinking of for this team?
Yeah, definitely. We're already prospecting for this season. Hopefully, we get a couple more additions in, as well as continuing going forward. We're just missing 1, maybe 2 players max. Definitely need someone to come off the bench that could obviously create a spark. That's probably one of the biggest things right now. But definitely looking forward to the remainder of this season and the seasons to come. Definitely gonna, like you said, mix it up a little bit. And,
right. So last night you guys went into halftime with a lead. What was the biggest difference from the first half to the second half? You almost half the points in the second half as you scored in the first half.
Yeah, I think we got a little carried away. I think we got too comfortable with the lead, even though it was only a few points. Definitely got a little bit comfortable, maybe cocky, if you will. Definitely the fatigue set in as well, so the transition from offense to defense was definitely lacking there. But I think hands down it's probably the fitness at the end of the day.
I feel that it's ironic.
Yeah, it is very ironic.
Personal training team.
Yep.
Their biggest struggle is cardio, fitness.
Yep. Well, we're a bunch of big boys, so it's cardio isn't our strong suit, but definitely down on the boards. I think we definitely match up quite well with some of the best
y'all
teams.
Definitely did that, but a lot of irony in this league.
Yeah.
That's one of them.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, Daniel, we appreciate you coming on, sir.
Definitely.
You saw him here, catch him on the court, and Purple Cobras.
That's right.
Thank you, sir.
Yep.
Thanks, man.
Yep.
All right, welcome back, guys. That was Daniel Lanny of the Purple Cobras. Great guy. That team's really fun to watch. Now let's get into some of the games from Plano. We'll run through real quick, brief recap. You can definitely tell that Week 4 was just that, Week 4, halfway through the season. Everybody seemed like they were in a little bit of a funk last night. Teams missing a couple of key players here and there. One team that showed up strong were the Tropics. Always, Tropics they never seem to disappoint. Coming off a bye week, they acted like they didn't miss a beat. Adam Miller was huge in this game. Almost had a quadruple double, a rare quadruple double. Ridiculous. 15 points, 17 rebounds, 8 assists, and 8 steals. Just a monster game. Probably will be top in PPR this week. Just crazy. This guy, professional baseball player, but he looks like he could play professional basketball. Does all the little things, a lot of stuff that doesn't even show up on the stat line. Never ceases to amaze me. Good job, Adam, last night. It's fun watching you play. Illuminati last night went up against the one of our free agent teams, hashtag. One of the better free agent teams, still looking for their first win. Almost got it last night, but it's a little hard to overcome Martin Salinas sometimes. 38 points, 11 boards for him last night. He just went off. It's hard to stop those guys whenever he's on. Victor Jackson for hashtag did put in a good night of 28 points. So I believe that they're going to give some people trouble in the playoffs, have some big men. They just have to work on turnovers and just controlling the ball. Next, we're looking at Team Torch, who've had a rough couple of weeks. They started hot. Last 2 weeks haven't been too great for them. They went up against a really good Glass House shooter team, of course, same team that's at DAC. This week they were minus Stan Caven, so a little different look for them. Definitely spread out the points well. Your brother Matt, Cecil, and Trey Williams all went for 20 points apiece. They did a really good job of distributing the ball. Very evenly scoring team. They really moved the ball around. They worked on that a lot. Great team to watch. Really fun to watch. You can tell the chemistry's there for those guys.
Oh yeah.
Next game, Free Dirk and the Purple Cobras, who we just talked about a little bit. Free Dirk went on to win that one 84-57 behind Jason Fleck, who did have a triple-double, 30 points, 16 boards, and 11 assists. Monster game for Jason. He's always right around the rim, grabbing every loose ball. Last night he did an amazing job. Definitely in the first half, Free Dirk was a little slow, went into the half with a down a couple points, so really helped that he kept the energy up, kept us going. Last game of the night was Bomb Squad and the Dire Wolves. Bomb Squad had a pretty good lead in the second half, and Dire Wolves made a pretty good comeback, but Bomb Squad behind Leroy Shaw kind of shut it down, and they took on, Leroy just missed a triple-double in that game, and they ended up winning 79-74. So
How did Jon Snow perform?
Jon Snow always brings it to the table. Jon Snow, he's running wild out there with the pack.
No,
So-
there is rumor of Jon Snow making an appearance next week,
Okay.
possibly. So
That would be that's almost like a Daft Punk appearance. Very
Yeah.
rare public appearance
very
for Jon
rare,
Snow.
very rare.
So he's always out there running with the pack. The pack's actually looking to pick up a couple of players. If you're out there, if you're a free agent, give him a call. Give Jon Snow a call. He's waiting for you.
Yep, absolutely. Well, that's all we have for you for week 4.
All right, guys. We'll see you next week. Maybe on location somewhere next week.
Absolutely.
Tune in.
Later.